Hey guys, welcome back to another Friday Reads. I haven't posted one of these videos for a little while, but I couldn't pass up the opportunity to film my April TBR, which is going to be for the O.W.Ls magical readathon. I had so much fun participating in this on my own time last year because I hadn't heard of it in time last year. I hadn't even started making booktube videos at that time. But this year I'm really excited to participate fully, and G from Book Roast went above and beyond by creating a bunch of careers for us to choose from, and I took that task very seriously. I even took notes trying to decide which one I wanted to do. Now, mid-month, I may need to reevaluate where I am because right now I have 6 O.W.Ls to complete, which is a lot for my reading pacing recently. So mid-month, I'm going to see how I'm doing, if I think I can push through and challenge myself and complete the O.W.Ls necessary to achieve the career that I've chosen, or maybe I need to choose a different career. It is supposed to be a challenge, but I also want to be successful in getting a job once I'm out of Hogwarts. The career I am going to try and achieve is Curse Breaker, in celebration of myself starting my own freelancing business. And as a curse breaker, it is a popular freelancing gig. You remove curses, hexes, and jinxes from illegally bewitched objects or places. The bank is a major employer, which I do have a finance degree, so that spoke to me as well. It says varied clientele and a highly competitive industry. Key traits being precision, memory, and thoroughness, and that just spoke to me so much. For this career, there are 6 O.W.Ls to complete and then 9 newts, which will be in August, I believe. I just wanted to choose a career that was most like me, I guess. I didn't want to go for the easiest or try and base it around which prompts. I purposely did not look at any of the book prompts for the O.W.Ls prior to choosing my career because I didn't want that to sway me. As I did mention earlier, I do have 7 O.W.Ls because I'm participating in a book club that particular book fit a prompt outside of my necessary O.W.Ls, if that makes sense. So I do have 7. I'm going to stop rambling and jump right in. I am going to start off with the bonus one, the one that does not go along with the Curse Breaker career path, and that is Truly Devious, which I'm going to read for the Herbology O.W.L, which is read a book with a plant on the cover, and there are leaves on this cover. There you can see that. This is for the Books with Friends book club with Books with Chloe and Common Spence. This is the April pick for the month, so I'm really excited to read this. I'm happy I got a hold of it from my library, but this is a book that I really want to read to participate in the book club, so it's pretty high on my priority list, and it just so happens that it doesn't fit into any of the other prompts for Curse Breaker. So like I said, we might have to reevaluate the career path mid-month. Jumping into the O.W.Ls necessary to become a Curse Breaker, there are 6: Ancient Runes, Arithmancy, Charms, Defense Against the Dark Arts, Potions, and Transfigurations. So I have picks for all of those. First, Ancient Runes, which is read a retelling, and I want to continue on with the Lunar Chronicles. This is Scarlet, which, as I'm sure you can glean from the cover, is a retelling of Little Red Riding Hood. And this whole series is like a sci-fi fairy tale. The first book being Cinder, which was a Cinderella retelling, but Cinderella is a cyborg, and the series is set far in the future, and the first book was set in New Beijing, which is like future Beijing, China, and there's a lot of political intrigue involving the moon, and I'm excited to see how that pans out and continue on with this series. Arithmancy, a work written by more than one author, and also one of my goals for the entire year is to finish more series. So I have Obsidio here by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. This is the third book in the Illuminae Files series. It's written by two authors. You could also choose an anthology, I imagine, but I wanted to knock this out. I fly through these books because they're highly entertaining, YA sci-fi. I didn't love Gemina, which was the second book, but I absolutely loved Illuminae, the first book, so I'm wondering if I'm going to continue to love the series, and I just love that this is told in mixed media. There is comics, chat logs, transcriptions from video footage, lots of stuff, pictures. It's really visually stimulating. I read the other two via audiobook as well. Like I had the physical book and I was listening, following along, but my library didn't have the audiobook, which would have been extra good for a readathon, but I'm just going to have to read this one physically. I actually have a 1-day head start on my Charms exam because of the extra credit readathon that happened late last year. And for Charms, it's just read an adult work. And I didn't know what to choose, so I went with one of my shorter books that I think that this is going to be a really fast, easy read. This is A Simple Favor by Darcy Bell. This recently became a movie that I wanted to watch, so when I saw this, it was 30% off at my grocery store. I just picked it up. It has less than 300 pages, so I'm hoping it'll be a pretty quick read. This does have the movie style cover on it, not the original cover. I'm not sure what the original cover even looked like. It says, she's your best friend, she knows all your secrets, and that's why she's so dangerous. So it seems like a chick lit type of book. Defense Against the Dark Arts is read a title that starts with an R, and I had a hard time choosing this. I ended up sorting my Goodreads want to read list alphabetically and looking through there, and I don't want to start any more series, which I had like Red Queen on there. The Raven Cycle would have counted for that. I'm in the middle of too many, so I didn't want to do that, and I need something that's going to be an easy read again, so I went with Roomies by Christina Lauren. I don't know a lot about this book, but I believe this is like adult contemporary, maybe a romance. It's also pretty short, just 55 pages long, which, I mean, that's a pretty good sized book, but this genre I feel like I could fly through pretty quickly, and I want to vary my reading and not just read so much fantasy. Having a readathon where I need to read so many books, like outside of how many books I usually read, if I went in with all fantasy, it would be a recipe for disaster. So I'm hoping that these two books especially will keep things moving along for me. Potions is next ingredient, read a sequel. This one is pretty open to me. I'm in the middle of a lot of series. I was looking for something a little bit on the shorter side, and could it really be a Harry Potter themed readathon and not read a Harry Potter book? I am currently doing a reread and I'm up to the third book, The Prisoner of Azkaban. Mine got some water damage, which is really sad, but this is luckily the last short book in the series, just over 300 pages. I feel like I could definitely fly through this book. But if I really want to continue on with another series I'm in the middle of, that is on the table. Like, I can definitely do that. I still really need to pick up Guardian of the Gate by Michelle Zink. I need to finish this series. I've been in the middle of it for years and it's just sitting on my shelves. I'm really close to giving up on it, but I'm not a quitter, so this is a potential for that one as well. That is the one prompt I don't really have set in stone. And lastly, I have Transfigurations, which is read a book with sprayed edges or with a red cover. Now, I didn't really have either, and I'm doing the Daughter of Smoke and Bone read along with Books with Chloe and Little Book Owl. And this is the April read, the second book in the series, Days of Blood and Starlight. I did finish Daughter of Smoke and Bone, which I really enjoyed. And this is like the red cover. She has a red mask. The edge is, the spine is red, so I'm stretching a little bit fitting this book into this prompt, but I think it's going to work. I don't own any books with sprayed edges, I don't believe, and I didn't have anything that was specifically like a red cover. Scarlet could have worked for this one as well, although I'm putting that in the retelling category, so I'm hoping that this isn't really cheating, but I'm excited to continue on with that read along. I'm excited for the live show for this read along as well. I'm really excited to pick this up since I do have a 1-day head start on Charms, the Read an Adult book. That is going to be my first read, but I think this is going to be my second read because I just finished Daughter of Smoke and Bone, and I'm really excited to see where this series is headed. So those are my plans for the Owls Readathon. I'm really excited to kick ass at this, hopefully this year. I didn't pick a book for every single prompt. Maybe I should have, just in case I need to switch gears halfway through. I'll get to that when it comes to it, I guess. Let me know in the comments down below what you are reading. If you're participating in this readathon, what career did you choose? I loved reading through that booklet. The other two I was thinking of were librarian, but some of the key traits are like brave and adventurous, and that is not me. I'm a big chicken. And then metal charmer was the other one, but that is one of the hardest careers to achieve with 7 owls but with 12 newts. So maybe next year if we do this again, if I really do well in this one and I can push myself a little bit harder, I'll choose a more difficult career to achieve. But as it is right now, Cursebreaker is the one that like closely matches who I am in real life, and also it's a bit of a challenge, which is the whole purpose of this readathon. If you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up so that I know. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!